Hey guys.
Hey everybody.
Joe here.
Kevin.
Like I said last week, one of my favorite pilots we've ever done.
Yeah, it was really exciting. You know, this is our third Sorkin pilot, and all three of them have some carryover in terms of style.
Sure.
This one felt very much like The West Wing, just in terms of how it was shot and edited and everything.
The soft lighting.
Absolutely, yeah. It looked like an episode of The West Wing.
Oh.
But what I love about his pilots is they respect the audience enough to keep up by just dropping you in to the story, so that it really feels very lived in, the world of the show, because it's not like, okay, we have to give you a whole bunch of exposition now and kind of introduce you to each character slowly, and nope, we just get thrown right into the world. We did it in The West Wing, right?
Newsroom too. Yeah.
Newsroom too, right? We just jump right into here's chaos at this news network.
Yeah.
And this is, we had chaos at the White House, and now we get chaos at this sketch comedy show.
Well, that's like reflecting on the Newsroom. It's like in that pilot, I see a lot of this show's pilot. In that episode, I see a lot of the West Wing and much of the Newsroom. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? And I love that all these shows are kind of in conversation with one another. Mm-hmm. I like that he has recurring themes. It's really interesting because obviously we've seen a handful of his movies.
Sure.
I love really breaking down his television.
Mm-hmm.
His television might be better than his movies. You know what I mean?
I think so. I mean, obviously he's had some great movies.
He wrote one of the best movies of all time, The Social Network. You know what I mean?
The Social Network, which should have won Best Picture.
Should have won Best Picture.
Right.
I'm very glad he won an Oscar for that.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like Sorkin in TV, it's like, he can just explore more. He has
more time.
So many ideas. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he's done with TV. I think he's soured on TV, but I really wish he'd worked in television again.
And who knows? Maybe he will eventually.
Right. But obviously an incredibly strong cast. Sarah Paulson, this is pre-famous Sarah Paulson, but everyone else was pretty well established by this time.
Matthew Perry was done with Friends.
Yeah, I mean this is quite an impressive group of people that they've put together for this show. Mm-hmm. So I'm assuming that this was a really, really expensive show. I didn't realize until someone told us on Patreon that this and 30 Rock, Studio 60 and 30 Rock, two shows about a sketch comedy show, both were on NBC at the same time. They both aired, same season, running at the same time, one on Mondays and one on Wednesdays. And that is absolutely wild to me that they would do that. It's like, Deep Impact and Armageddon coming out at the same time.
Really
if they were both DreamWorks movies, and they both put it out at the same time. It's nuts.
It makes sense as to why one of them lived on. You know what I mean?
I just think it's almost confusing to an audience, I would feel like.
Sure. I mean, it's a lot of the same.
Sure.
But obviously they're very different shows, right?
Right. But the subject matter's the same.
Yeah.
Do you guys watch that show about the backstage behind the scenes stuff at the sketch comedy show? I'm like, which one? Because we got two of them going right now.
Who wants to watch Wide Open Tombstone back to back?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's like watching the sitcom one, or are we watching the hour-long drama one? Which is ultimately what we get here. This is such a strong cast. Really impressed with Amanda Peet's performance. I liked it in that first one.
I liked it a lot.
Absolutely. I think she's going to be one of the main characters we really focus on. I hope she kind of has that Leo McGarry feel of being in charge, or the McKenzie feel, of kind of being the person in charge.
I was going to say McKenzie, yeah.
And the chemistry between Bradley Whitford and Matthew Perry.
Oh my God,
they're so good together. You know what I mean? They are built to work together.
You would buy them as brothers.
Yeah, they're a really good team together.
And someone on Patreon pointed out that they're supposed to be. It's a play on Sorkin and Tommy Schlamme.
Right.
I don't know how to say his last name.
We've seen it on episodes of everything.
Times, which I didn't catch that, and I thought that was really clever. Obviously Sorkin had his issues.
Sure.
One of these characters has their issues as well. One's a director, one's a writer. Mm-hmm. I love that.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a really strong pilot, really good hooks all the way across. I'm very excited. All right, we'll go and get started here. Do want to thank all of our Patreon subscribers for being with us. Thanks, guys. Special shout out to our super patrons: NJ, MTC93, Actual Looker, Anna, Ballers, Fuldez, Jeff, Derek Peterson, Yannick from Montreal, Sudagunda Varapu, Jamie Morgan, Christy Goverston, Diana Perry, Taylor, Andy Schreiber, Trey Contreras, Humaine, Wolfgang Wolf, Lindsay Swift, Squix, Sweet Baby Silvernell, Adam Pacio, Matt Tyler, David Adler, Chris O'Donnell, KDK, Seth Walker, and Doc Cooley. Thanks, guys. As always, we're incredibly grateful that you're here watching with us.
Yes, we are. And if you're watching this on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel. If you mind hitting the like button for us, please leave us a comment down below and hit the subscribe button so you stay up to date on the new content we have coming your way.
Description below, link to our Patreon page for full-length watch-alongs. on Patreon. We're going to be several episodes ahead on Studio 60 where we are on YouTube.
You're one of the highest-ranking female executives in television, which means you'll bring a different sensibility to the job.
We're just at the beginning of our development season for next fall, and with each of our potential new shows, I'll ask myself 3 questions. Do I like it? Would my parents like it? If I had kids, would I want them to watch it? I can't comment on what may or may not have happened at NBS over the past 5 years.
I wasn't here.
Yeah, exactly.
I could have used the day, is all I'm saying.
You needed to sleep.
I needed to write. I lost a whole day.
You wouldn't have been able to write anyway.
I wish you hadn't sent Jeannie home with me. She spent the weekend at my house.
You needed someone to take care of you.
Harriet doesn't know that I'd... Except for what's their names?
Ricky and Ron.
Dick and Dick. I don't even know anybody on the writing staff anymore.
I believe that the people who watch television shows aren't dumber than the people who make television shows.
Yeah, I agree with that.
They began working at Studio 60 9 years ago as, respectively, a staff writer.
Easy does
It
it,
will
lady.
return Studio 60 to its former glory as the flagship program of MBS.
No pressure, geez.
Yeah.
By the way, this latest career move of ours,
Pretty stupid.
yeah.
Make a joke about that. It'd be like, wow.
Right.
Stick around, okay? When we're done, I need to choke you to death.
You bet.
Hayes. Jeannie with the light brown hair.
Oh, did you stay with Matt?
Do we just let Jesus be our co-pilot? No. My mom used to say, if Jesus is your co-pilot, you should trade seats. I want my body to look like yours. I want my talent to look like yours.
What's the division of responsibility?
Matt'll do the work, I'll take the credit.
Everyone's in the writer's room.
The most humiliating day of my life.
Is he going to oversee the writing or is he going to do the writing, Ricky?
Ricky was on the West Wing.
I'm just Matt Alby's butt boy right now.
We're also very happy to be back with her boss, Jack Rudolph. I don't want to get too personal, but the first time Jack and I made love, it was incredible.
Tell you what, they're doing great.
You'd been gearing up to make a movie about Nikola Tesla. Why would you abandon the movie to come back to television?
We were being given a chance to come home.
10 days ago, I tested positive
Oh my
for
God.
cocaine. I won't be directing movies for a couple of years.
There you go.
That was nice while it lasted.
That is one he could have kept to himself.
Yeah.
Jordan, did you know about this when you hired him?
I can't remember. I was high at the time.
Constance Gower here from Rapture magazine.
I'm sorry?
Can you tell us about a sketch called Crazy Christians?
That's an internal
What about it?
Now that you've been hired back, can we plan on seeing Crazy Christians on the air on Friday night?
I don't know what's going to be on the air Friday night.
Yes.
Man, Danny coming in hot.
Yeah.
Well, that turned into a keg in a hurry.
That was not the answer we talked about.
You got a problem with my life?
No one speaks until I point and say their name. You, Danny.
Told the truth.
We talked about what you were going to
I know what we talked about. Instead of having it come out in drips, which is what was going to happen, Jack.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that following Danny's rigorous honesty with a joke about being high was the way William Paley would have handled it.
I want to know how Rapture magazine gets credentialed for an NBS press conference.
It has a circulation 4 times the size of Vanity Fair.
I'm a little surprised myself, Shelley.
You shouldn't be.
The Rapture's the world comes to an end, believers go up in a spaceship.
It's not a spaceship, it's Jesus Christ.
Incredibly, he's the only one who held it together. If anyone can think of any ways to screw up that we haven't tried already, I'll be in my office.
He's like, why did I catch a stray?
Right.
I want to know how the sketch got out there.
There's a cast, crew, and staff of 130 people in that theater.
Plus, it's 4 years old.
Yeah.
Tune in 11:30 Friday night?
Did I get the time wrong?
No, you raised the bar a little high, don't you think?
So,
Did I?
You did.
yeah.
Everyone's going to be watching now.
Sorry.
I mean, even if I didn't watch the show and I saw that, I'd be like, I'll tune in.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Let's see what's up.
We got to open it special somehow. There's going to be an expectation. I need to come up with a cold open.
Matty, you and Harriet, you're all set, right?
Yeah.
You talked about it?
A little.
Don't you have writers around a table? You can ask them what they got for a cold open.
Yeah.
You got a lot of people in there waiting for you to tell them what to do.
Yeah. I'm gonna need an office in here somewhere, Ricky and Ron in my old one. You're taking Wes's office.
I'm not taking Wes's office.
You need it. It's got room to pace.
He wrote with Pryor and he wrote with Cosby. I don't care. I'd rather sit in Lorne Michaels' office.
That's funny.
So SNL exists in this universe.
It is a nice big office. View of the stage.
This is new.
It's like the bear.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. No wonder he went crazy.
Yeah, there's no way I could look at that.
How did it know?
How to know what?
Exactly how much time was left in the week.
Yeah, it's a miracle of technology. They can count backwards from 7.
Yeah.
So it always knows.
Oh, my God. I would take that down immediately.
4 days.
That's just an unnatural way to up the pressure.
I would hate that so
Yeah.
much.
I don't know any of these guys. They're all Ricky and Ron's.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in with you for a second. Put them at ease. It's not important to us that everybody gets to play. Come at Matt with good ideas, you'll be a big part of the show. Don't, it won't matter. Because he won't remember your name. You all right from here?
Yeah, unless you want to relax him some more.
No.
Okay, listen, there couldn't be a worse possible time not to be good at this.
The Bernadette blog says Studio 60 seldom rose to the level of Saturday Night Live at its best.
Stop reading the internet.
Bernadette of the Bernadette blog
Bernadette is writing this in her pajamas.
Yeah.
It's like we've all spent
saw Nuker.
the last 5 years living a Roger Corman film called Revenge of the Hack.
Matt, he just had back surgery. Can he sit in the chair?
It wasn't a big deal. They just moved something around.
That sounds like a big deal.
14 hours is a short day for him, and when you had the surgery, you didn't miss a show.
I am exceptional in many ways.
That's back surgery. He's doing 40 leg lifts with 30-pound weights.
I think I know what you're all thinking. They're going to make some changes, bring in some new blood. Am I staying? That's what you're all thinking, right?
Not till just now, no.
Don't give me your very best or choose this week to complain about something. You'll make those decisions very easy. He's also going to write for the guys he knows, so some of you need to be patient. I would also become one of the guys he knows.
Look, can he sit in the chair? He's telling people they can do 40 leg lifts with 30-pound weights. I say he's a liar, and I challenge him to a contest of physical supremacy.
He did 40 reps. I saw him yesterday morning. He went to the gym. At his house, he bought a machine.
Oh, there it
there you
is.
go.
And the room goes awkward.
And you saw him.
Say something, Danny.
Danny?
You're excused.
Can I go talk to her, please?
Anybody have any questions?
What'd you think of Tom's Bill Frisk? He's been doing this since Terry Schiavo. It's a great recurrent.
Sim.
You can get it from the tape library, no problem.
I have not been watching this show.
Which would suck, but they're here to shake it up.
Yeah.
So
You can't be an employee in any job when the new boss comes in and be like, this is how I've always done it. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Bush announces his new bill called the Democracy Act, making it illegal to vote.
2026.
Play on how these guys always name things the opposite of what they are. The Patriot Act, the Clean Water Act.
Defense of marriage.
I understand. Bush's new drug czar. Bush appoints a new drug czar, but because of his poor vetting process, it turns out he's hired a drug kingpin instead.
I need to start with the opening. When I know the opening.
Speechwriters?
that's all terrible.
Yeah.
Just stop!
That was bothering me.
I'm not Blackwell or anything, but holy cow, what the hell are you guys wearing? One of the things this show does is decide what's cool. It's no longer cool for grown men to dress as if they're in junior high school.
I mean, he's right.
We're gonna act, dress, and behave professionally.
You are an adolescent, oversexed whoremonger.
And all that will begin in just a few minutes.
It was perfect timing. Yeah, it was.
What do you have to say?
Me?
Yeah.
Don't ever walk into that room and talk to me in front of the staff like that again. I will bench you until Christmas.
Wow.
Do you understand?
Yes.
What is your problem? That after you broke up with me, I went out with somebody else? That's what almost always happens.
Not someone from where I work. There are 17 strip clubs within a 3-block radius of this place for you.
And there are only 5 strip clubs within a 3-block radius.
Were you dating her then?
I'm not dating her now.
She just sleeps with you from time to time?
You broke up with me, Harry.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Bad enough I gotta read about you with Mina Suvari, Fiona Apple, Rachel McAdams.
I never dated any of those people.
Page 6.
Oh, then you got me.
Page 6.
All right.
Jeannie and I have been friends for a long time, but you don't have to worry. I don't date or do anything with people who work for me.
Okay.
She was out there to watch him while his back was out.
Yeah.
I have an active imagination, Matthew. And you had to know I was going to find out. That's just mean.
Do you think they did anything? I don't think they did anything.
I think they did, but they're not dating.
Yeah.
I mean, we need you this week. We need a great show, and, you know. So, you can keep your head in the game?
Right. And give me a damn audience.
It would have been weird if they did, at least over this weekend, because he'd been hired to be our boss at that point.
Yeah.
Just got a very nervous call from a man named Vernon Williams, who's the owner of WTIH, our affiliate in Terre Haute. He won't carry Studio 60 Friday night unless he is guaranteed that the sketch Crazy Christians is dropped.
I don't tell the guys what to put on the show. I specifically gave them permission to do it. I kind of made him a promise.
Break it.
How did the editor-in-chief of Total Nut Bar magazine get mobilized this fast?
That's the point. She put a news flash on the website. That's like flashing the bat signal for her members.
So what happens now?
Phone lines will be flooded within the hour.
I'm bulletproof on Friday nights.
How?
Because movies open on Friday and half our sponsors are studios who want their trailers associated with what's hip and cool.
That's a good point.
Have any of these people ever watched the show? And if they don't like it, can someone go over to their houses and teach them how to change the channel?
It's the affiliate groups, Jordan.
They did this to Kimmel.
I wish to offend no one, but I'm the president of the National Broadcasting System, and I won't be told what to put on my air by amateurs of any stripe.
Love that.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you guys.
Good for her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, Callie. He doesn't have anything yet. He's a little tight.
It's no problem. Set construction, just be on standby. Same thing with the camera department.
And everybody.
It's holding everybody up, yeah.
Set dressing, wardrobe, props,
God.
graphics, video playback.
You're all going to get a rush job here.
Yeah.
All right, good meeting.
Danny?
Yo.
Jack White has acute tonsillitis.
Well, I don't know who that is, but do whatever we do.
He's the musical guest.
Yeah.
The White Stripes.
Yeah.
Find out who's around, who's not touring. Dave Matthews, Stone Temple Pilots, Green
Stone Temple
Day.
Pilots broke up 3 years ago.
Get them back together, Jane.
Get them back together.
What the hell was that yesterday?
Danny,
I haven't watched the show since I left.
You want me to be grateful because you're slumming in TV for 2 years?
Holy hell, Sim, I'm here, okay? I'm here. Is this about why I'm here or why I left? I left because I was standing by Matt. Where were you standing?
Me?
Yeah.
I was standing by the show.
Okay, I see where he's coming from.
Yeah.
Like, don't slum it here because
Right.
this is all you can get right now. Like, I get how that comes off.
Can the White Stripes play for an hour and a half?
Jack White's got acute tonsillitis. They can't play at all.
What are you?
Danny said that you were choking, and Harry and I have a White Stripes impression if you want to write a sketch.
Look, don't grip it too tight, Matty. It's just Tuesday. I don't have a cold open. It needs to be too many things.
What does it need to be?
Self-deprecating, an acknowledgement,
Making fun of Wes?
song, a musical number.
All right.
We screwed up, but we won't do it again.
Yeah. We'll be model citizens.
We'll be a model. You know who did the best frat humor of all time?
Rudy Valley.
Groucho Marx.
It was W.S. Gilbert.
Be the very model of...
Oh, I am the very model of a modern major general.
Producer was caught doing blow.
What do we have that says legacy of television, like Arturo Toscanini and the NBC Orchestra?
Also, turn that clock off.
We need John Mocheri and the West Coast Philharmonic.
Is this a joke?
We're counting on it.
No.
We're counting on it.
Harry, too.
Harry, too.
Listen, forget it. Let's work.
I love the lighting here. This is so good.
So is it going to be a parody of Modern Major General then?
It's just a clock.
Many holding signs reading NBS equals God haters.
I got time for a shower, right? Quick one. 8 o'clock at night. It's 102 degrees. These people have been standing in the ticket line for over an hour. Can we spritz them down with something?
Pages are passing out cold lemonade.
Can we open the doors early?
As soon as Willie and the band are ready.
Look at that.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know, in an hour and a half, it'll be empty again.
Would you just enjoy the moment?
Got 32 minutes on there.
It was a spectacular dress, Matt. It was the best. In the name of all that is holy.
I
Will
get
you
it.
please?
I'm gonna take a shower and change. Was there something you came to see me about?
That is the same thing as like Will Ferrell in Old School. Keep
Yeah,
your composure.
really, yeah.
At some point, I'm gonna need you to level with me about Harriet.
I love her talent. That's all. I admire her. I like it when she makes me laugh, and I like making her laugh.
There we go.
I like it when she smiles at me, and a couple of other things, but that's it.
Oh my God, we are so screwed.
I know.
About 3 seconds away from I miss her so much.
I mean, really, yeah.
It was thoughtless to blurt it out in the meeting, and I'm very sorry. I love him to death, and when we're both without somebody, sometimes we wind up with each other.
There it is. Yep.
Eat him up, Jeannie with the light brown hair.
And at the beginning of that season, you were pissed because Jamie Foxx had beaten you out for the part in Stone's movie, the football movie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Any given Sunday.
Yeah.
And you said, I just graduated from Yale Drama. I don't belong here. So I was pissed at you because I do belong here.
I belong here too.
I know.
So don't fire me.
Why the hell would I do that?
Because I can't do the voices. Ricky and Ron are...
Axe?
They've been saying they want me to do voices that I need to learn.
When did Wes let those guys take the show?
People get tired. And you guys were like his sons, and he didn't stand up for you, and he knew it.
That's sad.
We're starting over. You're going to co-anchor the news.
You kidding?
No.
That is a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, Weekend Update will make you famous. That's a very famous
that's a big
lineage.
one, yeah. That guy's a walking ulcer, isn't he?
He really is. I'm stressed looking at him.
Yeah, Jack just needs to calm down.
You know what, Mary? You got spunk. I hate spunk.
What was the final tally?
Terre Haute, Missoula, Twin Falls, Oklahoma City, and Little Rock, Pine Bluff.
It's not too bad.
And I had to change my email address twice.
Frogs didn't fall from the sky.
J-Mac.
Mother of God, she's beautiful.
Yeah, I know. She's so striking.
Yeah.
And if the ratings go up, the sponsors who dropped out will welcome them back in at 120% of the cost of the original ad buy. We're going to be the first network to charge a coward fee.
That's awesome.
Awesome, yeah.
But
you know what, though?
changed so quickly.
And he let her do it, right?
Yeah,
he let
he
her
did.
stand her ground. He could have pulled rank on her, too.
He could have.
I've been watching you all this week, and I got to tell you, I love what I see.
The audience was standing out in the heat for a pretty long time. People don't laugh as much when they're hot because they're sticky and uncomfortable.
All right, good pep talk.
Yeah, so where are you going with this? Yeah.
Blessed are you, Lord our God. And if you have time, please make something heavy fall on Matthew's head.
Interesting they're showing a prayer here when they're getting all the, your Christian haters.
Yeah, for sure.
I got a laugh at the table read when I asked for the butter in the dinner sketch. I didn't get it at the dress. What did I do wrong?
You asked for the laugh.
What did I do at the table read?
You asked for the butter.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That is good
great
writing,
line.
yeah. That sounds like a great director wrote that line.
Oh, for sure.
How's it looking back there?
We got a problem. We blew a circuit and there was a small fire. The fire's out, but I'm only gonna have one camera for a while.
Why didn't
I'm just kidding. We're all set.
Oh, that was good.
Comedy show, dude. Welcome back. In 30 seconds.
That was a good job.
Oh, yeah, that is a great shot.
We'll be the very model of a modern network TV show each time that we walk into this august and famous studio. They hope that you don't mind that their producer must come moving miles of gold.
I am a Christian, tried and true, baptized at age 11. So unlike the liberals, gays, and Jews, I'm going straight to heaven.
Come happy to the favor of a purple euphemistic preacher.
This would have taken a lot of work.
Oh, yeah. They did it in, like, what, 2 days?
Yeah. I call shenanigans.
Yeah. It is refreshing. It's new.
Yeah.
Tonight in Hollywood.
Oh my God! Tear that thing off the wall,
man. It was a great final shot, though.
It was. And you're back on the show started, so you're back on the clock.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay, so in many ways, this is kind of like this could easily be a two-parter with the first episode, right?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
We're finally in it, and I think we might have been wrong about Jack. Right?
Yeah,
it's not that he wants them to fail.
Right.
You know, it's like you said, he's there to make a profit for the studio.
Right.
I think he will be in their corner.
Sure. It's always, you know, when you talk about, you know, every movie ever made, you always talk about studio interference, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes the producers are actually right. There have been a number of times when the producers have stepped in and actually fixed something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the creative team is going down some weird or dark or whatever adjective you want to fill in directions, but yeah, it is ultimately his job to make sure that the show doesn't stay on the air if it's not profitable.
Yeah.
So you can't hate the guy that's actually trying to do the one thing you have to do with the television show: sell advertising and make money. You know, that's got to be his concern.
But it's important that you have a room full of people and not just one person making that call. Because Jordan there.
Right.
Also made great points. She's like, no, everybody calm down.
Right.
We're gonna be fine.
Yeah, it's just that the gray area. It's art, so it's all subjective. So the gray area is, if we do X, is X going to be something that makes money, or is it going to be something that makes us lose money?
Yeah.
I remember I very recently listened to Steve Carell being interviewed on Amy Poehler's podcast, talking about when he wrote for the Dana Carvey show.
Yeah.
And it was said it was on right after Home Improvement, and he said their first sketch was absolutely wild, right? And he said, like, they went out and did the first sketch, and you could just hear viewers changing the channel away from it, you know.
Yeah, what is this?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like it was a complete disaster.
It's very surreal.
But you know, it's okay for executives to be like, we actually have to make money doing this, but you just don't always know when you take a swing. Like, if we do this one thing, is it going to make? There's always surprises. You know, how many stories are there in Hollywood of like nobody wanted to make this movie, or nobody wanted to promote this movie, or nobody wanted, you know,
it's a hit.
Nobody wanted to put this movie in theaters or online or, you know, whatever, and it ends up being a massive hit.
Yeah.
You know,
John Wick's an example of that. Yeah.
Absolutely. The Matrix was a January release because the studio thought it was going to be a train wreck.
Yeah.
And then it ended up, of course, being a massive hit.
Absolutely.
So it just happens sometimes. You don't know until it's done how an audience is going to react. How many TV shows and movies get changed after test screenings? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like audiences watch, and then you find out how the audience feels a little bit, and then sometimes it's like, oh crap, we need to do some reshoots or re-edits or whatever.
Get Out was also a famous example of that. You know, it's a collaborative process, right?
Absolutely, and it includes the money people. The money people are important in that process too.
Totally. I mean, like, yeah, it's like you want to hate, like you said, you want to hate on the producers for like trimming things down. Sometimes a movie doesn't need to be 3 hours long. Like,
Sure.
You can get overindulgent, but sometimes you need a second pair of eyes on something.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I love the fact that, you know, we do have Matt and Danny here bouncing off one another. You know what I mean? Like, he came through in the end there, right? But it took a room full of people to kind of like help him lock in a little bit.
Sure.
Because you get the ideas flowing, and that was a great example of this.
Yeah. I think the dynamic of Matt and the writers' table is going to be a huge part of the show moving forward, right? Did you kind of get that sense? Because it looked like the writers were all ready to fight with him about everything. And
Sure.
And, you know, you had a little bit with the actors with Danny too, of like, you know, what you know, I've always done this, what's my role going to be moving forward? But I feel like they got there.
They did.
I don't feel like, at least that we saw, the writing team and Matt really got there. You know what I mean?
Yet.
I feel like that there's still a disconnect between Matt and what the writers are doing, because that cold open that they did looked like it was largely Matt and the like producing team, like D.L. Hughley and everybody as an actor that kind of came up with what that cold open sketch is going to be, and not the writing table. So I'm kind of curious. Like, I don't know the bald guy's name.
I didn't get. Is it Ricky?
Yeah, Ricky.
Okay.
He was an unlikable guy, kind of really high strung unlikable guy in The West Wing too. It was kind of the same role. He was a campaign manager of sorts. Whatever. But I don't feel like that all got resolved with him and with the other writers around the table. So,
and I think this episode served to like set a lot up going forward. You
Absolutely.
know? I'm very curious to actually see the writers' room.
Mm-hmm.
Sorkin, obviously, like, you know, an amazing writer. So
famously ran his own writer's room for many years on many shows. Yeah.
And I really want to see what his take on that is.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I want to hear him comment on that. I think that's going to be really fun. You know, I think any movie, show, book about like process, I'm in.
But yeah,
so,
especially with talented, driven people.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I can't wait to really see the show explore that.
Absolutely. And, you know, Harriet and Matt, that's a thing that's going to be
It's
a thing
gonna
moving
happen,
forward.
man. They'll be back together at some point.
Totally. All right. We'll catch you next one, guys. Thanks.
See ya.